What's up, family? It's your boy RJ.
And it's Emily.
We're back again with another video for y'all. Today we're getting a little more serious. We're gonna talk about our experience being an interracial couple with the baby in society today. Before that, y'all say hello to our little man. This is Raleigh Jr. 9 months, and he's a terrible little boy.
He's not.
Nah,
he's just kidding. He's getting so big. His top teeth are fixing to come through, so we've been dealing with a little bit of teething, but he's honestly like the best baby I've ever.
He's really nice.
Like, he's such a good
say
baby.
Hi. Say hi.
Say hi. Clap your hands. Yay! You want to clap Dada's hands? Yeah, you clap Dada's hands.
Alright.
Before we get started, if you give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe to our channel, and turn your post notifications on.
It's being an interracial couple in the world is kind of not hard. It's just we get looks all day, every day. Every time we in public, somebody always staring at us. No matter what it is, they just give us dirty looks, and just if it doesn't technically make us feel bad, it just like, why are you staring at us? Why
because without a doubt, like, I understand people have their opinions. Not everybody is like accepting of certain things. But when I tell you, people are rude. They stare like they've never seen an interracial couple before. Or at that, like, much less like having a baby. I'm like, this is 2020. I mean, who is not mixing races now? Like, I don't understand. It's just been, for the most part, it's pretty good, but you know, there's the people who are stuck in their ways and just don't believe in any of this. And they will let it be known, like, absolutely not. You're probably going to hell for what you're doing. Whoopsie.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because, like she said, it is 2020. Like, we already know all the slavery and all that stuff happening. Like, that's in the past. Like, we moved on from there. Like, I wasn't around back then, and my parents always told me to love and treat everybody the same way, disregarding the skin color or anything. So that's how I grew up. So, and another thing, like, people always ask, like, why you not with a black woman? That white girl doesn't know anything what you went through or how it is being a black man. Like, it was just, I fell in love with a white woman, and that's just it. It doesn't matter what race it is. You don't look at the outside. It's about what's inside. That's what it is. People don't get that. Everybody want to like go off of what a person look like. It's what y'all feel and how y'all connection is. So don't let anybody, any interracial people out there, don't let anybody judge you of why you with a certain person because it's a race. Don't let nobody do that. Just love whoever you want to love, and if that person makes you feel, that person could be green, purple, yellow, black,
big,
anything.
Small, anything.
That's
it
you.
Doesn't matter.
That's who you want to be with. So don't let nobody judge you about that.
No, I definitely agree. I completely understand where people are coming from as of, you know, date within your own race. I completely understand. As a white woman, I'll never be able to experience, you know, anything close to what our black people feel. I'll never be able to even come close to understanding that. So I see where people are just like, you know, white people will never feel or be able to, like, get the understanding of what it's like to, you know, have people look at them a certain way or treat them a certain way, or, you know, all of the violence that, you know, they experience. I'll never be able to, like, understand that fully. But as a white person, I can, you know, use my voice to get it out there as to, like, change certain things. I can't do much, like, to completely change everybody, but by speaking up, that's doing my part. That's as much as I can do. So It's definitely been interesting. I notice now, as like we've been together for a while now, it's not even necessarily so much even the white people who will stare, and it's usually like the older like men and women who just like, that is absolutely not allowed. It's not even necessarily them either, but it is like other black women or men who are just looking like where like you're supposed to be uplifting your own color. You know, you're supposed to be supporting them, and I completely agree. Like, that's completely fine. I understand, but there's a reason why we're all allowed to be, you know, with who we want to. There's not a law. You have to date within your race. You have to be with, you know, your own color, because it doesn't work that way. But it's been pretty interesting. We actually had like a situation happen to us one time. We were out at dinner. A white lady actually came over to our table, and like we, you know, we're not expecting anything like to go down, and she just is like, young lady, dude, is like, young lady, I don't understand, as beautiful as you are, why you would want to be with a black man. You know, there's plenty of your own kind. And we're just kind of sitting there like,
yeah, it threw me for a loop. Like I was
she's
blown
really
away.
saying some shit right now. So we both were just like, I'm looking like, what do I even tell you? For one, I want to cuss you out, but you know, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of that. For one, like, you're the one upset. To get me upset, you're not going to have that control over me. So I was just kind of like, I'm sorry you feel that way, but you're not in my life. You're not a part of my life. So your opinion or anything you're concerned about doesn't bother me. Like, it has no concern to me. So we both kind of just, like, sat there really looking like, did anybody else just, like
see that? Or
did anybody hear that?
It was crazy. Like, we never, like, actually been through that. Like, ever experiencing that. Like, we've seen other people or heard other relationships go through that, but never for us. It was just wow. It was a wow moment because people were really that negative and wants to wish so much bad on you. Like, that made me feel really bad because, like, I'm not good enough to be with the white woman. I'm not good enough to have certain things. It was just like, wow, like, I'm not. Like,
it's really upsetting
because people put a stereotype on any race. Doesn't matter you black, white, Hispanic, Indian, anything. Everybody's gonna put a stereotypical thing on you. So for her to say that, it just rubbed me the wrong way, and all we could do was just be like, wow, and just be like, well, thank you, ma'am. Like, thank you for that.
Have a nice night.
Just
like,
have a nice night.
There was no point in being rude back to her. Like, we won. Clearly, she's the one upset. We're still together. Like, she felt the need to really just try to tell us some stuff. Like,
yeah,
you don't even know us, and you feel the need to put your input somewhere. Like, God is obviously saying that. God doesn't like ugly, so he'll do his work for her.
It's our fellow people. Like, we want to uplift other people in this world, and you to try to tear somebody down because what you was taught in your life. We wasn't taught that. We wasn't taught to be just negative to anybody in this world. Just love everybody the same way until they treat you different. Parents taught me never treat nobody different, because we all human, we all bleed the same, and we all gonna go at some moment in this world. So that's it was just sad. I'm still shocked to this day. It was sad.
It's very sad. Like, I know when me and him first got together, everybody's big thing was like, oh my gosh, does your mom know he's black? And I'm like, whoa, like, okay, like, y'all are coming off really strong already. But, you know, I of course was nervous to tell my mom because I didn't know what her outlook was really on, you know, dating outside of my race. I didn't really, like, know what she would honestly say. So when I did tell her, I knew it wasn't necessarily something so negative, but it was something for her to have to, like, learn and get used to, because that was not normal to her. Like, that was not anything she experienced or what was, like, back in her day. That was, like, unheard of. So I see where she was coming from as, like, you know, there's a lot of conflicts that go into that. Like, each race obviously raises their kids differently. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. But when she realized, like, this was not, like a 3-month relationship, it'll be over with, when she really realized, like, this is us, this is what we want, and she realized what kind of guy he was, it definitely got easier. It took some, like, getting used to for sure, but I wouldn't call my mom racist. I wouldn't say, like, anything like that.
She treated me really respect.
At first, of course, any kind of boy that comes into my mom's house, she's very much on guard. She's like the mom and dad figure, so she wants to protect us, and she's like...
She had a lot of boys go through her house.
No, he's lying. She just definitely was like, anybody who dates my daughter, you know, needs to be up to a certain standard, and she obviously knew nothing about him. I never even really brought it up to her until we, like, were dating, and I was like, hey, Mom, like, can he come over kind of thing, because I was so nervous, and so I know, like, that really caught her, like, what, you're just talking to this boy, now you want to bring him over? But little did she know, like, we were already really, really talking for a good little while, and then I was like, okay, I think I can tell my mom about this. I don't know exactly how his mom reacted. I don't know.
Well, my mom, she was just, when I told her, like, oh, I'm dating a white woman or anybody outside of my race, she was like, well, why you wanna date somebody other than your race?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand. I thought it was just negative how my mom was saying it, but like, most people, it's better to date in your race because they know what you go through in society.
Exactly.
So, but that's all how my mom did it. But she just said, if you in love or if you have a connection with somebody, go for it. It doesn't matter the skin color or anything. So my mom wasn't real negative. She always been supportive. Like, even how Emily is, she loves Emily to death like it's her own daughter. She really cares for Emily. It doesn't matter the race or anything. Like, we blessed to have parents that understand that we wasn't just a little fling or anything. Like, we've been together. We actually have a kid together.
Like, we now have a baby. Exactly. This wasn't something that was going to just disappear in 6 months and just, oh yeah, well that was, you know, whatever. No. Like, I initially told my mom, I'm not a person who just dates to just date. I'm a long-term relationship person, so I don't go into something thinking, oh yeah, let's date, and it's cool if we break up 2-3 months later. Like, no, I'm not looking for that. Even being that young in high school when we did meet, I knew, obviously, like, I wanted my relationship to be long.
But yeah, that was our experience. If y'all enjoyed this and y'all have anything to say, just drop down your experience, or if you are in a relationship, drop everything down in the comment section. We'll love to read and know what you go through in life. If y'all did enjoy this video, make sure y'all give us a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't. And turn your notifications on so you don't miss any new videos.
Right.
We love y'all. And we appreciate the love and support. Even little man.
Yay, Duder.
Say bye to everybody. Say bye.
Say yay.
Say bye.
Bye, honey.
Say bye. Say love y'all. Kisses.